Hey there beauties, it's your girl Kristen here. I'm a licensed esthetician, an educator, mentor, a YouTuber, and a mom. Thank you so much for tuning in to this episode, but before we dive into that content, be sure to hit that subscribe button, especially if you're also an esthetician, beauty entrepreneur, maybe you're in beauty school right now, or you love skincare. That is all welcome here on this channel, and we are just continuing to grow and to learn together. You're gonna wanna join the fam. Comment below, let me know where you're at in your journey, and also any other brands that you're hoping that I review. Because we have been doing a pro skincare review series. I will dabble into some more mainstream brands in the future, but for now, I'm just talking to you about the brands that I particularly carry here in my studio and that I'm the most familiar with. We talked about Image Skincare already, Skin Script. Last week we talked about Glymed Plus, so be sure to check out those videos. It's linked down below for you guys. And in this video, we're going to be chatting about another very popular brand called Eminence Organics. It is very well known, and I'm sure if you've ever been to a spa, you have seen their products. So I'm excited to share with you my overall experience with them, talk to you more about the background of their company, their products, my most favorite, least favorite products, along with any pros and cons that I've experienced with working with their company. And yeah, we're going to be talking about a lot of cool stuff in this video, so make sure you continue watching. Thank you so much for continuing to watch. Again, be sure to like this video if you are excited or you gained some helpful information, and comment below what other brands you hope to hear about. Let's rewind back to 2018 when I started working at the spa that I worked at for about 2 years. I started off working there right after I got my license. I left my full-time corporate job and I took that leap of faith. One of the lines that they use in their spa was Eminence Organics. As soon as I had seen them at the spa, I started noticing them like popping up everywhere else. Like, I went to a spa in Vegas one time, they carried it there. I know Eminence has made a powerful footprint in the skincare industry. I feel blessed that I was able to work with their products so early on in my career. I'm going to be sharing my experience based off of the period of time that I worked with them at the spa, and then just my own experience working with them in my own practice and kind of where we're at currently. A little bit about the company. I've actually really been enjoying reading up more about these companies, and I highly suggest if you're looking into any brand to read about the background, because I feel like a lot of the times these companies are created around certain philosophies based off of experiences of these founders, and it's actually a very powerful story that is behind this brand. And so the presidents, Boldajar, and his brother, what is his brother's name? His brother's name is Attila. I've actually met Boldajar. He came to a training that was held for our spa and I got to meet him. He's a really fun personality. He loves what he does. He by trade is a master esthetician. I feel really grateful that I got to meet him and got to see him work in action and talk about these products that he's so passionate about. But the reason why I think he was so passionate about this is because he as a child survived from a rare form of leukemia, and really he believes that because of his family's strong belief in what's called biodynamic farming and ingredients and foods, that's why he survived this rare form of cancer. Also, he grew up struggling with acne as a teenager, and his grandmother and his mother used to create these little concoctions from their biodynamic foods. He noticed that his skin started to be clear and better than ever, and that's what I think truly led this family to developing this company after they saw kind of the magic behind their products that they kind of started formulating at home. Now Eminence Organics actually has their central office in Vancouver, Canada. They own their own farm back in Hungary. I don't even know if I mentioned that, but they're from Hungary, and they have a certified organic farm that is where they harvest and produce all of these natural ingredients. That's a little bit about the background of the company. I will definitely be diving in a bit more into that, what biodynamic means and why that's unique in the marketplace. First, let's dive right into the products of this company. They have a ton of certifications, okay? They are paraben free, sulfate free, chemical free, no mineral oils, no petroleum, which honestly, reading this list of what they're free of makes me really scared to think that some companies use petroleum in their products. Gross, you know? Eminence really prides themselves in having very pure and organic ingredients that are in their products. And they are global. They are being sold in 50 plus countries at this point, so I don't think, hopefully, any of you guys will have any issues obtaining products from Eminence. Forgive me, sometimes when I make these videos, I totally forget that people are watching this from other countries. So know that I'm here in California in the US, so if I say something that maybe doesn't pertain to you in your country, please comment below and let us know. Totally thankful for those kinds of comments. For their products, I've noticed that they don't really have a specific way of subcategorizing their products. If you go online, they have a pretty easy way for consumers to look at what ingredients or what products might be good for certain skin types or concerns. So you do kind of have to dig a little bit deeper to figure out what products are going to be best for what skin types. But I believe that honestly, a lot of their products are pretty good for a majority of skin types. Let's talk about my top 3 favorite products. I have not been able to use every single Eminence product. I'm just giving you my favorites based off of what I've used. Number 1 is gonna be the Phyto 8 Greens mask. I like the one that's hot. They have one that's not stimulating and they have one that is stimulating, and I'm talking about the spicy stimulating one. At my spa, they had the Stone Crop and the Lime stimulating mask, and what I would do is I'd mix them together. Once I discovered what the 8 Greens Phyto mask was, the hot one, I was like, oh yeah, I want that one. I started using that in my studio and my treatments. I really love it for the fact that it does create that circulation. Blood flow in the skin is always going to help to bring more oxygen, more nutrients to the skin. It's going to address breakouts. And then with the greens in the mask, I mean, it has Stone Crop and a bunch of other greens in I'm not going to list all the greens that are in there, but it is like a smoothie for your face. It is more of a gel texture, so you do have to add some water to it or perhaps a serum to it to kind of help liquefy it a bit. That is my number 1 favorite right now. And then the next favorite is going to be a pro product. So this product is only available for people who have an Eminence account. It is the Mangosteen Prolactic Peel, and I'm going to add a part 2 to this, and I love combining that peel with the blueberry stimulating peel. Again, creates that blood circulation. Blueberry juice helps to tighten the pores, and then the lactic pro peel I like to layer on top of the blueberry peel. And lactic acid, of course, is hydrating, exfoliating, brightening. The only reason why I know that combination is because Boldajar told us, hey, put on the blueberry peel and then put a layer of the mangosteen on top, and it's perfect. And I can still literally hear his cute little accent and him explaining this. Definitely one of my favorite combos to do on a client, and their skin afterwards from that blood circulation just looks extremely glowy. The last product I'm gonna mention is the Stone Crop Mist. I'm gonna go ahead and just say the whole Stone Crop line that they have of products, I love. Okay, Stone Crop is just, again, one of those healing plants, target pigmentation, it's an anti-inflammatory, it's a anti-redness, similar to aloe vera, so just very healing for the skin. The Stone Crop Mist, I mean, every single time I spray it on a client, they're like, what is that? It's like magic in a bottle. But I love the Stone Crop mask, I love the Stone Crop whip, Stone Crop oil. So I'm just gonna say overall, like, the Stone Crop line is definitely a favorite. Okay, now let's dive into my least favorites. And again, it doesn't mean these are bad products, because these are actually award-winning products. A lot of Eminence's products are award-winning. It doesn't mean the potency or the effectiveness is bad, it's just I didn't personally enjoy them. I didn't feel like my client enjoyed them compared to other products that I've used. First, 1 and 2 actually are kind of together because they're kind of a similar product. The citrus and kale C&E serum and mask. We were able to pick a couple of products for free from Eminence to try, and I saw the citrus C&E serum. I was like, ooh, that's the most expensive one. Like, of course I'm gonna try that one. I'm sure it's a really good product. I mean, again, it's award winning, but it was just very liquidy. I felt like when it went on, I had to use like a whole dropper full versus just a couple drops of like a different product. So I had to use the whole dropper, and it was just like dripping everywhere on me, and I was just trying to get it on my face. And then over time it did kind of change color and smell, because yes, it is so natural. It's like it actually oxidizes. I think I've just tried so many vitamin C serums that I'm just really picky when it comes to it. I didn't feel like it really truly made a difference on my skin that other products haven't done. Then the mask, again, one of their more expensive products, has won awards and whatnot, and I order it and I go and I put it on the client, and I swear to God, it smelled like straight up salad dressing. I still to this day don't know if I had just gotten a bad batch or something, because I let the company know and I returned it, which they made me full on pack up the product and send it back to them. They didn't just let me have it. They never followed up with me to let me know if it was a bad batch or not, but from what I experienced, it literally smelled like salad dressing, and it was not a pleasant salad dressing smell. I put it on the client and she's like, what is that? I was like, this is a really expensive award-winning mask. Supposed to be doing something good for your skin. So she was like, okay. And then, you know, I honestly did not touch it after that. So those are those two. Then the last one is going to be the Bright Skin Mask. Again, award-winning product. We used to use this in one of our protocols to address pigmentation. But again, I just feel like the texture of it was really thick and didn't spread very well. I didn't enjoy the smell of it. Did it really make a difference? I don't know. I don't think so. And it's not a mask that I personally would want to have. Again, some people might really like it and see results from it. That was just my experience with it. Take it with a grain of salt. Okay, let's get into the cons of Eminence Organics. So number one is gonna be that they are very expensive. Not only are their products expensive, even carrying their products is expensive. They actually require you to do an opening order of $5,000, which in the grand scheme of things, $5,000 worth of product really isn't terrible. I think for me as a solo esthetician just starting out, that number seemed very intimidating. And what am I going to do with $5K of product? Actually, when I think about it now, $5K of product from Eminence probably really isn't that much because they're expensive. $5,000 going toward just product versus $5,000 like literally could have built this whole room, including product, you know, my first order of product, that all was $5K. So imagine just as a solo business owner spending just $5K on starting product. That's a little steep to me. If you're a high-end spa or you're larger practice, $5K probably in the grand scheme of things really does not matter at all. And especially if you're gonna be a heavy user of Eminence. For me, here, I'm gonna tell you guys the truth about this. When I was an employee at my spa, we were allowed to order product, okay? So I was ordering product through Eminence, and basically when I opened up my own practice and I ended up leaving my spa job, I didn't really know that I left yet, so I was continuing to order product and using it in my practice. And then one time when I was trying to make an order, they're like, oh, we just got an updated roster of people who work at the company and your name's not on it. And I was like, oh shit, you know. So for a little while I was able to kind of get away with like ordering some of the pro stuff for my back bar. Once it came to that point where it was like, okay, now you need to open an account, I was like, and I had already started dabbling into other brands, and I was like, you know what, I got the $5K that I could drop on this, but I kind of want to see if I really truly need to do this, because I think I was using Eminence initially because I was comfortable with it, at least with the products that I had used at the spa, and so that's what I was familiar with. I was like, okay, well, let's try to branch out. Let's just see if there's other stuff out there that I could utilize versus the Eminence stuff. So that's kind of what I've been doing to this point. I still haven't opened up an account with them, because again, $5K is $5K. It's steep regardless of whether you are gonna get product out of it or not. And I've basically just been ordering retail sizes of the products that I do still carry. That to me has been good enough, honestly. I can't say I'll never open up an account with them, because you know, with the pros I'm going to be sharing with you, you might feel also led to open up an account because they really are truly unique. And the $5K and their high prices do go toward other things. It's not just the products, and they're not just expensive for no reason. So we'll get more into that in the pros, but I still think a high price point is gonna deter away a lot of at least solo esthetician. They're a little more bougie, okay? So yeah, when I did order with them, another con, at least I didn't have any sort of online account. I don't know if that's because I was under my spa's account. What I saw, I was placing orders via Excel form. There was no online database where I could go in and just place an order. It was done pretty old school. I thought that was kind of interesting, that I feel like at this point with the level of the company and the presence that they have, that they wouldn't have some sort of online database. For those of you watching, if you are a Eminence account holder, please comment below and let us know how they proceed. Do they give you an online database? What kind of education do they provide you? Because from what I've seen, and another con is that I don't feel like they're very heavy on education. I do know that with my spa, Boldajar has a pretty special relationship with that spa, and that's why he comes out and does these trainings, does it at least once a year. So there is, you know, some in-person education, but as far as ongoing education, I don't believe that there's like an online database. Like there's no pre-recorded seminars or webinars or regular touch bases from what I've seen. But if I'm mistaken, please comment below. You guys check out the comments to see if there's an Eminence account holder that can share with us their experience as far as like Eminence and as far as education. I know one of my old coworkers said that when she left the spa, she opened up an account with them, and I think they were doing a training with her. But I don't know to what extent or if it's ongoing. They'll educate you about their products, but they won't really go into, I think, like about science and skincare and just like general education. I think it's going to be more purely about, okay, this is how we use our products and how our products works. I hope that makes sense, and I really hope somebody can comment down below to help me out here. And from what I saw too, there really was no reward system. I mean, I don't even remember getting any samples, like nothing. They're very like tight-fisted, I feel like, with their stuff. Like when I mentioned that I had to return that mask, they were like, yep, send it back. We did get free some goodie bags and stuff when we had our trainings with them. And I remember too them providing some incentives for us when we were working at the spa. Like whoever sold the most product would get, you know, a couple free products. Or I know they do this, I don't know if it's annual, I don't know who wins it, but somebody wins the opportunity to go to their office in Vancouver and get a whole like tour and, you know, whole experience with them. So they do in different ways like give back to their estheticians, but there's no like ongoing reward system or point system from what I saw. And then back to the high pricing for their products. Their products are also like ridiculously small, even the pro products. They do have options to do kind of like a bulk order. I remember at the spa when they used to have us like help fill up like cuppies and stuff of product. They'd be in these like big giant tubs, so those are available for purchase. But I just feel like as a solo esthetician, I'm not going to go and order like this huge vat of stone crop masks. As far as their sizing of their pro products, I do feel like they would run out pretty quickly. And then now only ordering retail size, like it's even more scarce. Let me grab you one of their products right now so you can see. So okay, here's an example. This is the retail size of the Phyto Greens mask. 2 fluid ounces, not really a ton of product in there. And then there's this mask that I got, this anti-redness mask. Oh, 1 ounce. This is a retail product, so I mean, I maybe gotten like 5 uses out of it. And then this is the pro size of the stone crop mask, which is 8.4 fluid ounces. So, you know, I'm almost out of it, sadly. But yeah, I feel like for a pro product, it's not very much. Let's see, I'm gonna compare this real quick. Yeah, look, compared to like, you know, this brand, you know, for those of you who use this, you know which one this is. This one's a 16 ounce, so about double the size of the Eminence Pro product. Just to give you some comparison there, higher price point, smaller products, meaning you need to order more. It's really truly not budget friendly for a beginner esthetician. I will say though, according to Boldajar, the products like the masks and the peels, He's like, you really only need to use such a small amount, and you can add water to it to really help to spread it more. So I guess Eminence could probably argue with me and say, well, no, the reason why there's less product is because it's more potent. It's, you know, you really don't need to use a lot. I'd say I'm pretty frugal with the amount of product that I use to only use as much as you need. And so I will say though, I still feel like I end up needing more of the product than Eminence claims that you need. Their peels are more limited. You're not gonna really see a whole variety to their peels. They really more focus on enzymes, so I find that that is a little limiting. Depending on the type of clientele you have, will you still get a result? Will your skin still look amazing and feel amazing? I absolutely believe that. I just think, again, having more experience using other brands, they're not the best when it comes to their peels. I mean, it does look like they have some sort of sign in if you're a spa partner. If you are a spa partner with them, please comment below, let us know what type of resources they do have online. I don't believe they have trial size or starter kits available for people who are interested in trying their line. I think they just kind of expect, hey, we're Eminence Organics, you should just trust that our products are amazing and drop that $5K and open an account with us. But it's like, give us something to convince us. I'm still, even though I've used a lot of their products, I still haven't opened up an account with them because, again, there's other brands out there that I feel are great and they're more affordable and they're still effective. Okay, let's get into the pros of the company. I mentioned earlier I was going to kind of explain a little bit more about their products and what biodynamic means, and I think that them being a certified biodynamic company is a huge pro. Basically, there's an association of biodynamic farmers, Demeter certified, which is a close network of farmers across Europe. They go in and they make sure you're raising your crops with no chemicals, no additives. Their way of farming is actually pretty incredible. They go based off of the sun, moon, and stars, and they believe that farms are kind of living organisms in themselves. So they should be able to, as they're nurtured, to be able to build up their own immunity and to kind of heal themselves from within if the farmers really are patient and they attend to the needs of the crops. It's just a certain particular way of farming that is a level above just being organic. When I was reading their website, they were kind of explaining like there's biodynamic, there's organic, and then there's natural products. And so biodynamic is supposed to be at that top tier of like, this is literally the purest from the ground to your face, like the most safest form possible. So that to me is really truly why I think they are priced the way that they are, and they have built this reputation for themselves and why they've created this like footprint in the industry. And I think because Eminence itself has built this type of reputation, they kind of have the ability to price their products the way that they do, because you're really only going to see Eminence truly in those like more high-end spas, people that can afford to carry these products. And not to say like, you know, I can't afford these products. We're talking about these big spas that are at these high-end hotels. They're bougie. They're like, hey, you know what? We got biodynamic ingredients. We only want to be carried by the most bougie places. Really, truly is because they've established that type of reputation in the industry. And so it's shown that when you have these biodynamic ingredients, that these fruits and vegetables have 30% more antioxidants and 47% more vitamin C than like your typical fruits and vegetables. Higher potent ingredients. It comes from a more homeopathic background, really like natural remedies for things. And so I think that that's really what makes Eminence really unique. Shoot, just talking about it honestly makes me like, you know what? Let me just pull the plug and just drop the $5K and open an account with them. It really is like truly your personal preference. And I think I find myself kind of wanting to get more toward that more green footprint. I'm not like super stringent, like, oh, I'm only gonna use like kale leaves on my face. It really does encourage me to want to maybe take that jump and open up that account. So I'll keep you guys posted on that. They also have a ton of certifications and memberships. They have their own foundations. They have the Eminence Kids Foundation, buy a product, give a meal. So for every product bought, they're giving meals to children who are battling cancer. I think that's beautiful. I love when skincare companies or companies in general give back. And also they have the Forest for the Future Foundation. So they plant a tree for every product that they retail, which I think is amazing. them giving back to the ecosystem like that is incredible. That makes me feel like, oh, my money that I would be putting toward these products or this company is being given back in some way. Not every company does that, so I think that's beautiful that Eminence is giving back to the community. Everybody has a part to play in that. I think that that really truly is what makes Eminence stand out from all these other brands. And yeah, I will say that when I use Eminence in my treatments, the few products that I've remained using, they always stand out. My clients are always like, ooh, what was that? Or, oh my God, my skin. It really does show in the quality of their product. Now that I've talked your ear off yet again about skincare, because that's what we do here, I'm gonna give you guys my overall rating and experience for Eminence. Take this rating with a grain of salt. It could change in the future. It is purely based off my experience with the company, comparing it to the experience of the other companies I've worked with, and I'm gonna give Eminence Organics an 8 out of 10. Still a B in my mind, which is good. They're not very beginner esthetician friendly in my mind. They have a higher price point. They are a more bougie brand. They have built this reputation that is exclusive. I think when it comes to being inclusive, they might not be the best brand to represent that. And I do truly just want to continue to try other products before I go and make that jump. And so that's what I encourage you to do, is to do more research about Eminence, check out the comments, even to challenge myself, like to get out of my comfort zone, because there's certain products that I've grown to love and have gotten comfortable with, but I think it's important to continue to explore. Who knows, maybe it'll lead me back to, hey, yeah, we're gonna open up that Eminence account. Anyways, I'm done for today. Thank you so much for watching. Please like this video, subscribe to your girl's channel, and as always, stay safe. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.